find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, we got a dream next to the team. Yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My rings.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad
into
Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
Welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Chatterlight.
Hey guys, welcome to our next episode. We're talking about wide receivers going into week 6. Before we start, I just want to thank everybody for all their support. Our subscribers are up, and we got 2 giveaways going on right now. If we can get to 3,500 subscribers, we're going to give away 4 jerseys.
Yep.
It's 4 individuals going to win. And how you do that is you gotta like a video, and you have to comment along with subscribing. So if you are a subscriber, just like something and make a comment. We even had a guy, I think he just put 5 stars on it, and that was all he said. But hey, guess what? His name's in the hat.
Yep.
And then our merch. Check out our merch store, man, guys. I'm telling you, try some of the gear. The gear is amazing. The hats are awesome. The tumblers, man. I'm telling you right now, the tumblers are awesome. They fit right in your hand, just right. They're not too big. They're not too bulky. They keep the ice cold.
And the shirts are good quality. Don't shrink.
They don't shrink when you wash them.
So perfect fit, Broussard, Louisiana. They did us right.
That's the guys, man. And so let's say you buy something in the merch store. For every $5 you spend, your name goes in a hat, and we have a Tampa Bay Devin White signed mini helmet, authenticated by Beckett, as well as a Mandalorian signed and autographed Funko Pop.
Right. Yep.
As you guys are Star Wars nuts, hey, we're giving it away as well.
Just speaking of Tampa Bay, of course, in our running back section, we did a shout out to everybody in Florida that's dealing with this hurricane. We're praying for you guys. We in Louisiana know exactly how bad a hurricane can be, but you guys were getting tornadoes and flooding, and
man, it's terrible. That one was coming in head on.
Yeah, it was terrible. So we hope everybody's safe. It's a terrible thing.
It's very terrible. And
North Carolina, same thing. That flood, and it's just insane the way the weather has changed for this year.
So I hope the guys in the government straighten their little problems out, and they get y'all some funding.
Yeah. Our shout out. I hope Tampa Bay, Clearwater. We said it. Great cities. Ybor City, Orlando, and last night when I was watching the baseball playoffs, and they showed the site of where the Rays play, and you could see the ceiling taking off, and I just remnants of Katrina over the Superdome again, and all our hearts, thoughts, love, and prayers go out to y'all.
So you go downtown in Tampa, Nick, you remember right there where the baseball field is and where the hockey stadium, it's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Their alleys are clean. You can eat off the ground.
We went to a conference about 2 years ago in Tampa, me and Joe, and we went through an alley after we parked our vehicle.
And we're used to New Orleans alleys.
And I'm talking like, dude, there wasn't nothing. There wasn't no dirt.
People down there sweeping. Yeah. And I was like, man, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So, your cities are beautiful. Hopefully they get them back. Clearwater, Florida is my favorite place to go for a vacation.
I like old Ybor City. Some of the best cigars I've ever had.
When we're in Tampa, Joe made it a point that we stopped by Clearwater, and it is a very nice place.
It's gorgeous.
But he was just like, we're going here.
And so all our thoughts and our prayers, and we know how it goes through. And now we're going to move on to our wide receiver rankings with the game.
Okay, now we can move on.
Yep. Oh, we're good?
Yeah. Okay. I'm good.
No. All right, you're good now. Go ahead.
Excellent.
I just want to make sure you knew that.
Tonight.
We got San Fran and we got
the
Seattle. A big NFC West showdown.
Man.
It's run.
That's what I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be run. You
got to play DK.
You're playing DK.
No doubt.
DK, stop fumbling, please.
Yeah.
DK, stop fumbling.
Debo.
You play Debo. I play Ayuk. Ayuk showed up.
And Kittle.
And I don't think he's going away.
I love Ayuk. I think he needs to get out of his head a little bit and just play football.
I think Ayuk is going to show. I think Ayuk is you play DK. I'm not touching Tyler Lockett.
Nope.
JSN?
No.
He's difficult, man, because he's hit or miss.
And I think
Like a flyer, maybe. Like you gotta.
If you want to throw a dart,
flex. I have nothing else left. Maybe.
The talent's so good, but if you watched the Seattle game where they lost to the Giants with talent wise, they should never do that. They only ran the ball 5 times with Kenneth Walker the third,
and it never opened up to get the field.
That right there will make you lose a game,
and that's why they lost to the Giants. And you're going to see that they're run. We're running. We're going to go off this. We're going to play good.
Both are very strong defenses. They're going to have to run.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a DK Metcalf show as far as wide receivers go because you're going to play him.
Debo and Ayuk, and that's probably all.
You play them, and you got. I think Kittle is the number 1 tight end this week.
Man, that dude's something, man.
Yeah, I love him. I love watching him.
You
were just talking about tough guys. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, we talked about that series receiver on Netflix, and
that's where I gained my respect.
Yeah, I absolutely love watching him on there. The dude's just awesome and a baller.
All right.
Buccaneers and our beloved Saints.
I think 49ers beat Seahawks.
Man.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, it's happening.
So
49ers, they're going to come back and whop it.
Even though it does nothing for us fantasy-wise.
No, I think it's 30-14.
Because there's certain people that I like in fantasy who their teams never win.
Right.
But, yeah, I think the Seahawks win.
I think the Seahawks win. 49ers. I think the Seahawks are we're going to run the ball down the third.
I'm making these guys eat crow. It's the 49ers today, baby.
So I'm going to ask you guys a crazy question.
Yeah.
Outside of his current team, is Brock Purdy a better quarterback than Geno?
No.
Okay.
No.
Consensus.
So I'll be honest with you. I agree with that one. Like, if it wasn't for the system, if it wasn't for the Shanahan system, Brock Purdy would be struggling.
Yeah, he'd be.
If he was on the Raiders, no.
This is a hot take. I think Christian McCaffrey's overrated.
I don't.
I look at how they plug plug running backs in.
They plugged an undrafted guy in there.
And then they plugged Mostert in a couple years ago, and they just plug him and they run the ball.
If Christian McCaffrey was back in 100, right, they would be doing. The 49ers would be a different team. Like, because when he played for Carolina, he was the team.
Yeah,
he was the team.
He was.
There was no other option.
In a losing situation.
So I don't think he's overrated. I think he's in the right place.
Well, this was my first year drafting him. I drafted him with my first pick in the first round.
I'm not saying
I wish I did not. But then again, I would have had to draft Brees, and he's not. And he's playing. He's not doing much better.
I got Brees.
I'm not saying he's not great. I believe he's great. I'm just saying that he's overrated.
Fantasy football wise, yeah.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs is better in run CMC.
No.
I think
Bijan.
No.
Yeah. I think Bijan will be next year.
Bijan will be the next comer.
I think Brees Hall is.
I don't think,
in the right circumstance, Brees could be.
I don't think Bijan gets out of where he's at right now. I think he stays right on the same path. I don't need to do over again because he's on the wrong team.
If I had to do over again, I would have took Derrick Henry over CMC.
Well, everybody.
Man, I remember when my brother did that.
Yeah, your brother looked at it. I was like, man, what are you doing?
What is your brother doing?
In a dynasty league? You're going to get this old dude?
Look at this guy.
So that's our hot take. That's our question or hot take for y'all. Who is CMC? Is run CMC overrated? If so,
negative.
Who is better than him at the running back position right now?
If you think he's not overrated, just say he's number one. Just say he's the number one.
Let us know.
He's just hurt. That's all.
Okay, right now,
Derrick Henry was hurt once.
Yep.
I'm in my feelings with him.
There you go.
Yeah. And
right now I would draft Tank Bigsby over him in the first pick. That's because he's hurt.
Yeah, because Tank Bigsby is getting points.
Well,
all right, next game. Buccaneers and the Saints, and we're talking receivers.
Of course, Mike Evans.
See, this is where
I'm away from Mike Evans.
I'm away from Mike Evans.
And I'm going straight Godwin.
Me too. I'm going Godwin to the cows come home. I think Godwin may lead. There's a chance he may lead all wide receivers at the end of this game in fantasy points this week.
I'm going to explain why.
Me too.
I'm going to explain why.
Go ahead. You know his name, number 23.
Evans needs time to get downfield. Okay? Baker Mayfield, as much as I think the guy is great, he's not going to have the time to wait. He's going to throw it intermediate, and that's where Godwin's going to be.
Yeah, but I still tell you, Mike Evans gets points.
But 23 is going to be Gardner.
Yeah, 23 is going to be
And,
Gardner.
and who shuts him down every time he guards him?
This isn't who's the better wide receiver. Who do you play? You play Mike Evans.
I play Godwin.
You're going to play Mike Evans. I just think your ceiling's high. Your ceiling's low.
I agree with that.
Your ceiling's low.
I agree with you. You're right about that.
Look,
Let us know at home who would you play in this game.
I mean, you got to play Mike Evans. You got to play Chris. You got to play. Godwin.
For the draft capital of Mike Evans, you have to play him.
Yeah,
ain't just for that. It's because he's consistent.
he is. I just like
I think this is
He
a
don't
Godwin
get them
game.
1,000 yards every year without being consistent.
I really think this is a Godwin game.
this is going to be the
that
game
may
where
be true. All right,
this is going to be a Mike Evans low ceiling game. Lat's going to be on him.
So let's say
they've gotten fist fights before.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much fun to watch them play against each other.
I focus on it.
And with that's every down. That is what I watch.
So you did ask about a fantasy basketball team,
Right,
and you said there was $25 entry fee.
right.
I say Mike Evans beats Chris Godwin this week. You pay my entry fee, or I pay yours.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Saints,
Y'all heard that.
Saints-wise.
Man, that's a tough one.
Olave's at my bench. Rashid Shaheed's at my bench. Rattler
Rattler
behind this offensive line that I don't even look. Lemieux was hurt. He got to play one game. He's done. They had a center. They played Patrick. They moved him to right guard and benched the other guy. They put him out there. Derek Carr's heaving things in the air trying to save his own life. Rattler, you put a rookie quarterback behind this. This kid is going to have PTSD in about the fourth quarter.
He is a running quarterback, but this is going to be dump off. This is going to be a school on how to dump this ball off.
That I agree. Kamara.
He's going to be, and we're talking receivers.
Yeah.
Kamara will be the leading receiver.
I don't like a tight end.
I think Olave is a short two. He's a flyer for you. And I'm gonna tell you, because if you watch when Spencer played before, Olave was his guy.
Yeah.
This is different.
But like I said,
You got to look at when the line wasn't hurt. And so this line is terrible. Derek Carr, for all his faults,
terrible.
He had like 1.9 seconds to get that ball out of his hand before the defense was on him.
If they design the play Derek Carr got hurt on, it was a zero blitz right in his face, and instead of a check down, there was a two receiver option, one deep on a fourth down to a Mason Tipton undrafted free agent out of, was it Yale?
I don't remember where he came from.
and it went right through his hands.
And you don't have a play design for your best wide receiver. And Rashid Shaheed was seeing the field more. He had He had 4 targets in that game, and one of them was at the end of the game by a rope with Hainer. Olave, you can't play him anymore. Behind, if anybody's, you can't play a Saint but Kamara right now.
If your starting quarterback couldn't get the ball to Olave, there is no way that the backup is going to get it to him.
I think Spencer Rattler says, you know what, I want this job.
I hope he does.
Yeah, me too.
You got to look at look at the probables.
Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar, but I think he makes a difference.
He'll run.
There you go.
He'll be running for his life.
You're going to be in that Wildcat option.
Yeah, so
anyway.
Buccaneers play the receivers. Saints don't play any of them.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Olave.
You like Olave.
No, I just said if you had like a flyer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't play Olave. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not playing any of them.
I know.
So I would play Taysom Hill.
He's questionable.
Buccaneers win this one handily.
The handle is easy. And on a week where they had to travel to New Orleans.
Right.
Yep, so.
Okay.
Cardinals, Packers.
Man, you play everybody in this one.
Yeah, this is going to be
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yes.
Got to do it.
Yeah, you play Marvin Harrison Jr. This is going to be just.
You got to play Jalen Reed.
So the last game we talked about is going to be run. Last two games. This is a throw.
You see that throw Jordan Love made to Jaden Reed, the trust he had, and it was terrible defense. Don't get me wrong, but he slid underneath 2 defenders while one was over him, over the top, and caught that ball.
Man,
and I was
amazing.
like, no matter what happens, he's like, that is his road dog now. Like Jaden Reed,
got his back.
And I don't know if Romeo Dobbs should be back.
Yeah.
He was,
got
all that
trouble.
Got in that trouble.
But Wicks is more talented than Dobbs to me.
I think so too as well. I think Jordan Love likes Dobbs more, but Dontavius Wicks is a talent. I start I start
Reed.
Michael Wilson over Chris Olave for the Cardinals because I don't think
wow.
I think they're going to throw the ball over the yard.
That's true.
I start Romeo Dobbs before I start Dontavius Wicks in this game, but this is where I think it's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Jalen Reed.
And then it's going to be Trey McBride on that side. And then it's going to be Jaden Reed. And then it's going to be the new Tucker Kraft. Kraft cheese, baby. I've been saying it, and finally, my boy done showed up.
He ain't leaving.
And he ain't leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other tight end's hurt. Like, they talking about putting him on injured reserve.
Yeah, and they took him sooner, and he was more of a
He's a blocker.
Yeah.
They'll throw him a quick out every once in a while.
they're both talented. They're both amazing coming out of college. That 74 yard catch he did.
The point I'm making is that he ain't got nobody to compete with.
No,
Tucker Kraft's going to be out there
he's good.
80% of the time.
He's good.
No,
He's taking over Andrews' spot in the ratings.
That's a good one. I like that. That's actually a good comparison.
And then that's my high. I take, and then the other wide receivers. I take a flyer on one of those wide receivers before I start Olave.
Okay.
Like I got a couple of them more that I
Not
just like in that spot.
Not Dort. You like Wilson.
I don't like Dort. I like Wilson in this one.
Yeah, Wilson. I like Wilson.
Well, yeah. I'll probably stay away from all of them, but if I can, except for Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah. I like. I think Green Bay's going to win.
Yeah, Green Bay's going to win.
I think Green Bay's going to win. It's going to be a shootout. I think Kyler Murray's going to be. He's going to have great numbers as well.
Kyler Murray's going to be the leading rusher in the whole game.
Maybe.
Yes.
Right. Texans, Patriots. Receiver wise,
Man.
With Drake May under center, do you take a flyer on Jalen Pope?
I don't touch not one of them.
I don't take anybody on the
I don't know
Patriots
who
team.
he's throwing
Not
at.
that it's not going to happen.
Now you got to
Maybe
remember
something develops.
in college. You remember how accurate and how strong Drake May's arm was.
Yeah.
That's why he got that draft capital when he got picked.
Yeah, that's where he got picked.
So I'm willing to watch Jalen Pope for 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not picking him up.
I'm just saying I'm not playing him.
Playing
He's by far a better quarterback than Brissett. I think they just needed him to get a little acclimated to the speed of the game or something.
The best wide receiver in football's out for a couple games.
Oh, man, that hurts me so bad. I got him in 4 leagues.
All right, so Stephon Diggs, I think we all agree is going to be the consensus one, and you got to play him, which I did not see coming.
So
Tank Dell comes back with a vengeance this week.
Xavier Hutchinson caught 4 or 5 passes on that game.
Tank Dell only had 4 targets after Nico Collins left.
So Hutchinson had just as much.
And I'm worried about that. I'm worried about what I saw.
Tank Dell comes back.
I think
Last time this guy got hurt, Tank Dell was the dude.
I think it's going to be Diggs.
Diggs is going to get an up.
But I really, really, really think that Schultz is going to. He's going to become something.
Here's the thing that's behind all that. Mixon comes back.
Yep.
It's all mixed.
The team plays different.
Yeah, they're going to be better.
So I don't necessarily play Tank Dell. I mean, I hope he does good.
I'll wait a minute. I'll wait another week. He's on my bench. I drafted Tank Dell, and I thought Tank Dell was going to be a PPR machine. Like, even though he didn't have the touchdown catches, it was C.J. Stroud that was his favorite wide receiver last year. And it just has not been, I think, going into last week's game, he was wide receiver 52.
Right.
And I got him on my bench still like an idiot. And I'm hoping I'm going to wait another week, and we're going to see what Dell does. I just don't trust it yet.
He comes back.
But everybody at home needs to keep an eye on Xavier Hutchinson. He's built like Nico Collins. He runs like Nico Collins. He's just less talented than Nico Collins. So I'm going to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, the Texans win this pretty handily.
Oh, yeah, it's not even going to be a question. Chargers, Broncos. No Broncos receivers. Sutton gets about 10 targets a game, but
I don't like anybody in this game. I told you the only
I like
person.
Ladd McConkey.
I don't like Ladd McConkey.
I think if you had to take a low end wide receiver, Ladd McConkey's the only one in this game.
So Surtain is going to be on Quentin Johnson,
or maybe on Ladd. Depends on if they travel or not. Ladd is going to be in the slot. I assume most of the time.
And Surtain usually stays on the outside
on the X. I don't know. The Denver defense is good. The Chargers defense is good. Cortland Sutton is a deep. That's what they look at him in the end zone. That's
if you're stuck playing Sutton, you're struggling. So.
Yeah.
I mean, we're week 6. He's only caught 17 receptions with 224 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, they're always throwing at him. Bo Nix can't get him the ball. Nope. They just don't play any of these.
I don't play. If I can't help it, I don't play any of them.
Yeah, I played Tank Dell before playing any of these.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Falcons, Panthers.
Holy.
Okay, here we go.
Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, he's gonna. You play both.
I played London. I played Mooney, and I don't worry about it.
And I just that's autopilot on this game.
So on the waiver wires, Ray McLeod is still out there, and he gets no less than 4 or 5 targets a game.
He's been catching the ball in the middle. He got a couple.
I think he got 7 targets.
He had a couple carries too. So that Thursday night game, everybody ate, and that Tampa Bay Atlanta game.
This game could get out of hand real fast. I think Ray might be a flyer on this one.
I think the Falcons smoked the Panthers.
Yeah, me too. I think everybody eats.
The Panthers are so dysfunctional right now.
Yep. I start Deontay Johnson in a heartbeat. I think they're going to be playing a lot from behind.
Yeah, you got to start Leggett too. To me,
was questionable. He's supposed to play, but it was a pretty serious
if he's
injury.
questionable, then I don't play him because he's going to come back not.
No Panther. Because you don't even know who's going to be the quarterback.
They're going to be throwing the ball. They have to throw the ball.
Deontay Johnson's just too talented, regardless. I mean, his numbers are good. I played Deontay Johnson. I mean,
I play Kirk Cousins. Yeah, that boy gonna do it.
Yeah, and I played Drake London, and I played Mooney, and
last week he got 500 plus yards.
Yeah, he's throwing off his back foot finally.
Yeah, so
I mean, he's planting his back foot when he throws.
Yeah, this game I think gets out of control pretty quickly. Yes. I think you're going to see a lot of Carolina throwing the ball and
a lot of the Falcons running.
Yep, after they carry the lead.
Pitts gets involved, please.
Bengals Giants.
This is Malik Neighbors is questionable. I think he's going to play, and you start him.
You got to start
him, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to start him if you got him out there. He's the number 5 receiver.
You're starting him.
But
Washington,
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Start him.
Starting wide receiver 2.
11 targets. Come on, man. You got to start this dude.
He's a target machine. He's been a PPR.
Yeah,
he's like,
and this Bengals defense
manna from the sky.
This Bengals defense is so terrible that they lose games when they're in when they score 30 points or more.
12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Joe Burrow is throwing ropes, dropping dimes, and they cannot win because that defense is atrocious,
terrible.
And you're going to play Jamar Chase. You don't even think about not playing him.
You got to play T. Higgins.
And he played T. Higgins, and you don't even think about it. Nope. And
Malik Neighbors.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even worry about
Robinson.
Yeah.
I think you play all 4 of those guys.
Yeah. This is the game for it.
Yeah. I don't take a flyer on anybody else. And I know Darius Slayton had a pretty good game, but Malik Neighbors is better.
Yeah. He's much better. Okay. Next game. Jags Bears.
You got to play Brian Thomas. We got to.
Yeah. We're going to play Brian Thomas. We're going to talk. Here is the rumor mill right now. We're going to talk about the rumor mill. Right now, the rumor mill is Devontae Adams is eating up all the attention, and he's not going anywhere. And what team should be doing is calling the Jags and saying, "Look, y'all running 12. Y'all are playing in Brendan Strange. When Evan Ingram comes back, you're going to be playing them both at the same time. Mm-hmm. Why don't you?"
Christian Kirk.
We'll give you a 5th for Christian Kirk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carolina should be doing it. New Orleans should be doing it. The Jets should be doing it.
I don't think he wants to go to the Jags. He's saying New Orleans or Jets.
Oh, I don't care about Devontae. Ain't going nowhere.
We're talking about Christian Kirk.
Yeah, Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk barely sees the field.
He plays a type of ball where he could fit
anywhere.
He could go.
Oh yeah.
He could go to the Commanders.
They're wasting away that guy.
Yeah, possession. He's a possession receiver, and he doesn't see the field only on three wide receiver sets.
Ridiculous.
And Brian Thomas is taking that job. You're going to play him no matter what. Mm-hmm. I don't. Christian Kirk, you don't touch him. You don't touch Gabe Davis.
No.
You maybe touch Brandon Strange because that tight end's in the showing stuff. That's a waiver wire pickup, by the way.
They say Evan Ingram's supposed to be back.
He's questionable. Supposed to be come back, but even whenever they were together, they play 2 tight end sets a lot. Trying to run the ball.
This Jaguars defense is so bad that you can pretty much play. Of course, I'm playing DJ Moore. DJ Moore is one of my favorite receivers. Odunze is important on this one.
I don't know if I don't trust Odunze and I don't trust Keenan Allen. I don't
like Keenan Allen.
I don't like the target share that they're getting. As a matter of fact, I think Cole Kmet gets more targets and probably gets more chances for touchdowns than Rome Odunze does.
That makes sense.
I see it. But either way, Caleb Williams, like we talked about earlier, this should be his game. He should be breaking out right here. He should be making touchdowns. He should be throwing the ball.
Mm-hmm. He should easily have 3 throwing touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
All to Roma Doomsday.
Yeah, if he don't,
I need a DJ more.
Yeah.
Roma Doomsday.
0 to Doomsday.
Even if you
DJ.
DeAndre Swift,
you heard that
they
kid,
get the ball down there, and you may see Roshan vulture some stuff.
Yeah.
But I start DJ Moore. I start Brian Thomas Jr. Y'all said Rome Odunze. Y'all play him?
That is a flyer.
flex or
Right,
what?
flex. I mean,
if you're missing a bunch of receivers because of bye week, yeah. I mean, this is the game I think that Caleb Williams will break out.
This is the final week of the week, except for like the Rams. The Rams being on a bye doesn't really affect you because all their targets are gone.
Chiefs are gone.
Yeah, and the Chiefs are out. You ain't got to worry about picking up a flyer on them or nothing.
No.
This is whenever you're starting to see people get healthy again.
Right.
So the Rome Odunzes and stuff, you don't have to gamble them anymore. Though you can see the strategy for running backs has been like, man, everybody's hurt. I'm picking up number 2s to playing flexes or my RB2s. Wide receivers, you're seeing everybody getting healthy, and you're going to go back to your top picks at wide receiver, and you're going to start plugging and playing.
So, Brian Thomas Jr., absolutely. DJ Moore, absolutely. Anybody else is just a flyer.
Yep.
Okay.
To me.
No,
Commanders, Ravens. I'm waiting on the Zay train to come. I'm waiting on it.
So
it's got to get here.
Keep waiting.
He did pretty good last game.
he had 7 catches and he had some yards last game.
111.
And I thought it was going to be this game that he goes off. And
Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin's.
You got to play. They didn't got that boy in the.
He's doing good.
He's in there.
Top 12 wide receiver, top 12 fantasy wide receiver the past 3 games. Old Scary
Gotta
Terry.
take him.
Dynamic Brown took one to the house. A deep shot. I love that. Now listen, that's my flyer. Like you're gonna take a flyer and you're going Baltimore and you're gonna watch these 2 running quarterbacks cook.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna throw one deep, and why not Dynamic Brown? I don't like Luke McCaffrey. I don't like him. I don't. What was the other? Noah Brown.
Yeah, Noah Brown. He's a practice.
Yeah,
practice
I don't put him. I don't play him. Yeah, he did a couple good things, but I don't play him.
Yeah. This is another game that they're gonna run. The running back's gonna run. The quarterbacks are gonna run.
Yeah. Zay Flowers is going to eat. This Washington defense is atrocious. This Washington defense.
I'm afraid that Isaiah likely will do way better than Zay.
Hey, what is going on with Mark Andrews? Even what was the name of the
Mark Andrews checked out, boy.
Yeah, what was
I think he got injured worse than he let on.
What was the name of the other guy out of the blue? Like there was like a white guy catching it for the Ravens, and I was like, oh, finally Andrews, and it was like.
Oh, I don't
Cooper
remember.
I don't remember his name, and I was like, "Who is this cat?" He went 46 something yards down the field, and I was like, "My gosh, they're just trying to feed anybody but Andrews at this point."
I think
the towel guy.
I think he was a little more injured than he let on.
I think you're right. I think he's got something going on.
You're starting both these. Well, let's talk about, in my opinion, fantasy quarterback of this week. Number 1, Lamar Jackson. Number 2, Jay Daniels. You take it to the bank. Number 1, number 2 in that order.
You're not even
week.
have to worry about how much they throw it. They're going to make it with their feet.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Colts Titans.
Man, nobody.
I don't like none of them.
Well, we got to talk about Michael Pittman's injury.
He's hurt. So
he's hurt.
Josh Downs has a toe. He might not play. Alec Pierce is he's a third thought. So
No,
at this point,
just leave this alone.
At this point,
DeAndre Hopkins, maybe.
No, you play DeAndre Hopkins against this Colts. You play DeAndre Hopkins against this Colts defense. Play him. And I'll tell you what, you may want to take a flyer on Calvin Ridley, too.
I play Calvin Ridley over.
Not me. No. The Colts play nothing but zone. That is DeAndre. That's where he eats. They play 65.2% zone or something like that, I believe it was. Just trying to keep everything in front of them. D-Hop's going to eat in this game, old school.
I just wish we could depend on the quarterback. That's the problem.
And I take a flyer because Marvin Harrison's gone and Josh Downs is hurt. We see Pierce is the deep threat when this happens, and Flacco still has the gun.
That's Michael Pittman, not Marvin Harrison.
So Alec Pierce to me, it's going to all depend on the quarterback. If Richardson's in there, I don't even touch him.
They said when Richardson comes back, he's starting regardless, no matter what.
So if Flacco's playing, I can play him.
If Flacco's not there, we don't touch nothing.
But if Flacco's there,
Jonathan Taylor's the only thing you can put in the game.
and he's questionable.
Yep.
I play out. I'll put Alec Pierce in a flex before. I'll put Calvin Redway in a flex before I put Olave.
I agree.
Yeah.
Shaheed too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Most
not touching
definitely.
Shaheed
Most
this game.
definitely Shaheed.
Yeah. Listen, even all you guys have won all this money with anytime touchdowns with Shaheed, those days are gone, I'm afraid.
All right. Next.
Browns Eagles.
Oh man.
So is AJ coming back? Is AJ back?
AJ's back this
AJ's
week.
back. This is what we're talking about.
So we take AJ.
AJ back.
Where's Smith at? Is he back?
Devontae Smith's back.
No, this is over with.
This- yeah, you just-
Say no more. Hey,
You take the Eagles,
yeah.
whatever money line.
And this is
you
all
just
our
win this
fantasy prayers are coming true. AJ Brown's
Brown.
coming back. Devontae Smith's coming back.
Saquon's still healthy.
Yeah, we don't have to ask all these questions.
These
Who do you
Browns
play
ain't
for
doing
this?
jack, bro.
The only thing they had that was trying is stays hurt in Njoku. I mean, so
Yeah.
Dallas Goddard. Don't forget Dallas Goddard. He's showing out.
yeah.
Okay, so
Against the Browns defense, I don't know.
I need to apologize to everyone out there. I told you,
Yes, you
that
did.
I thought Amari
You did
Cooper
tell
was going to go off last week, and it's just become apparent that Watson
He's incapable.
he's done.
He's incapable.
And if Stefanski wants that job in Cleveland, you're going to have to go to famous Jameis. It's only throwing 200 yards last week was just atrocious.
And they got to throw. Because against
So-
the Eagles, for sure.
I have a theory.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
If you're not going to be able to trade Deshaun Watson for the amount of money that you're going to take, dead cap or whatever, however much they're going to have to pick up. So they're going to want to lose every game to get one of the top two quarterbacks in the
Yes,
draft, so they ain't got to
exactly.
pay them.
That's
and
right.
they can offset that amount, and they can set him or they can cut him. But they're going to have to take an offset amount for 3 years, and that's how many years you get for these drafted quarterbacks.
Suck for Shador? Is that what they're doing? Sucking for Sanders? You
Why?
think-
He's not the number one.
Oh, God. I think Shador Sanders is going to be the man in the NFL.
Not me.
I love him.
Either way.
I like Quinn Ewers.
They're all better than Deshaun Watson is today.
What you said,
Well, they got Jameis Winston's better than Deshaun Watson
yeah.
today.
And they
Yeah.
won't play him.
You said Goddard. Amanda from Little Rock asked the question with this game and the Bills' injuries that we're going to speak to later on. Do you play Goddard now with these healthy receivers back, or do you play Dalton Kincaid?
Kincaid all day long.
Kincaid,
I think you play
because
Kincaid because of Khalil Shakir's injuries and Keon Coleman not lighting it
They're
up.
not going to be able to run that ball.
Yeah.
you got
Not the way they've been.
he's going to get targets no matter what.
I mean, our consensus pick is that you should play Dalton Kincaid. I have him listed as my number 7 tight end this week.
Yeah, if it's a PPR league we're talking about, then he's probably going to have 7 points in just receptions.
Yeah, just catching a ball.
Yep. I don't touch
Now,
Jerry Judy.
if you
by
ain't
the
got
way.
a choice, you got Dallas Goddard over somebody else. He's going to do good this week.
Hey, you don't have a problem if your two tight ends are Dallas Goddard and Dalton Kincaid. Sounds
No.
like you had a good draft.
Yeah, you don't have a problem. You don't have like me, like Colby Parkinson. And
Why don't you take one of them why don't you go get some kind of trade value for one of them after this week, because they're both, I think their stock's going to be both up. So that's our fantasy advice, Amanda. Thank you for the question.
Steelers, Raiders. So we'll go back to that game. Amari Cooper's a no for me.
No.
Jerry Judy's a no,
For me,
No, nobody on the Browns.
And the Eagles play
It's AJ Smith.
and Smith.
Playing
and-
both.
Yeah.
and sleep well that night.
And this could get out of hand pretty quick, too.
This game right here. So, what does anyone out there know what George Pickens' eyewear said?
I don't, but they talked about it.
I
didn't understand it.
I don't get it. And did it have anything to do with the fact that
I don't know what. Let me see if I can find
his other wide receivers got double the opportunities to play than he did?
I couldn't understand what it was trying to say. So it was like written in some code or something.
Yeah, and so you saw that. George Pickens barely saw the field. They asked Mike Tomlin about it, and Mike Tomlin said, "We want quality, not quantity."
So that could have been it.
Scares me because George, I've had to flex George Pickens
was
in a few
open.
times.
Explicit always.
Yeah, cussed.
Oh, so he's saying I'm always open, but you're throwing the ball elsewhere.
Yeah.
Or running the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Open, explicit, always.
That's
It was cussing.
So, man, Tomlin does not put up with this type of stuff.
They said Mike Tomlin, he barely George Pickens saw half the snaps. I can't even remember the other wide receiver, so irrelevant. He's all half
See if
the
we can
snaps
find
he
the
did.
word.
And
I'm pretty sure it's the F word.
Yeah, and
bad word.
No, yeah,
I don't know if do you think did the NFL come down and be like, you can't put him on the field wearing that?
Maybe. I'm sure. But first of all, Pickens is not good enough to be a prima donna. I don't know why he's doing that.
Listen,
because
he's not a prima donna. I thought Pickens.
he's probably tired. I mean, they're living a nightmare in the Steelers team, man.
They've lost 2 in a row and they're real.
It's been like that
half the
for
league
a
is
while.
living a nightmare.
Yeah. They've only lost 2 games. I don't think that.
So this guy's like, man, my career is in the toilet.
Oh, I don't think that. I mean, George Pickens was too good at Georgia, and when I say he was an alpha, he was an alpha. Like he
wants
was
to go to
kicking people. Like,
imagine
he was
if he
like,
went
get
to a
off
team.
me. And I think
Imagine if he went to a team where they had a quarterback they knew was going to start.
They'll have one next year.
I don't start him because he didn't see half.
It's the F word.
He saw half the.
I only start one person from the Steelers, besides the running back, who I do not like, but I start him this week, and that's Freiermuth.
The words were open, F-ing, always.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I think.
So-
hey, that's what I want from my number 1 wide receiver.
He's probably
tattoo it on your face. I'm gonna throw you the ball.
And I'll watch you drop it.
No, dude's way too
No, I'm
good.
saying if he did drop it, it would be a problem. This is why I don't throw the ball.
Oh, yeah, look, you do that, and then you drop the ball?
Yeah.
Hey, just keep walking out of the stadium.
But dude, he's too good. At Georgia, he was a dog. He was amazing. He's been good the past 2 years. Like, I get it. I want that out my alpha. Like, I want him on my team. I think I don't play him because I don't know if the NFL made that call for him not to play because he saw only half the snaps. The other wide receiver did. Or Mike Tomlin didn't like it or something. Mike Tomlin said at the press conference, we want quality, not quantity. But he's so good, and you got to bench him. You cannot play him this week because Justin Fields, you don't know how long Justin Fields is going to be on the field. And then that happened, and it's not because it's not a great matchup. I mean, it's Las Vegas, you know.
So I don't like when players are getting paid millions of dollars to publicly show something that they probably already talked to the other guy about. You know, so that is to me a prima donna move.
There's a lot, man.
And,
the NFL puts out there
so-
that they should just mind their
And
business.
I think Tomlin is not going to put up with that, man. I don't. The dude's not. I mean, he's good, but he's not good enough to sit there and do that. Not to me.
I want that guy on my team.
I'm with you.
I want that guy on my team.
No,
I don't want you to show that we have some kind of dysfunction.
I like him on your team.
On your team.
Yeah.
I don't like dysfunction. I mean, just think about, has Amari Cooper come out and said anything about Deshaun Watson? No. And he is failing because of Deshaun Watson.
He's failing because of himself too. Leads the league in drop passes.
You're right. But a lot of those were.
When you're leading the league in drop passes, you can't say anything. When you're George Pickens, who's just an animal, and you don't get the ball, I'd be a little mad. Especially when that's the only weapon y'all got out there.
Who we playing? Nobody?
We're playing nobody. We're playing
nobody.
Vegas.
So we were hoping Trey Tucker was going to be something.
What about Devontae Adams? We play him?
He's not even playing.
He's questionable.
I think he plays.
I don't
think he plays. I do think they repair this.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they repair this. They talked and had a good meeting.
They're going to have to play O'Connell then.
O'Connell's playing this week.
Yeah, O'Connell's starting.
That might be part of the reason that they fix it.
No, I think part of the reason they fix it is because the Jets fired their head coach and the Saints are a dumpster fire, and that's 2 places he wanted to go. After that, nobody also, let's get this right. What is his contract? Look up his contract. It's like 78 million or something like that.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And they want a second round pick, and he's 31. He's got a hamstring, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody's paying that. Nobody's paying that. You know, nobody's paying. Nobody's
saying
paying
not
that.
to be expected to play. Hamstring, not expected to play week 6.
You know, if you go PPR, if you have all the faith in the world in Aiden O'Connell, you may want to catch Jacoby Myers. I don't. The only person that I play, and I like, who I like? I think he's going to be the third best tight end this week. It's going to be Brock Bowers. Especially with Aiden O'Connell out there. He's going to need a safety net, and your safety net's Brock Bowers because you ain't got a running backs, you ain't got wide receivers.
This reminds me of the old Raiders.
Yep. Man, they'll have a brand new quarterback next year, so everybody's just buying time right now.
Yeah, look at all the teams that need a quarterback. Steelers, Raiders. Man.
Panthers. I mean, Dalton's not the answer.
Everybody's running around with 2 quarterbacks. Neither one of them can finish.
Hey, what's the old saying? If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got 0.
That's it.
Lions, Cowboys.
Oh well. You're starting them all.
Well, you got to start. You got to start CD. Yeah, I don't know. That's just draft value.
Yeah,
he ain't been doing nothing.
It's gonna be. I have so much faith in this. It's always starts slow for the Cowboys for some reason.
You think
they always start slow and they hit the panic button? Is McCarthy gonna be fired this week?
They're the Bengals, pretty much.
Yeah, is McCarthy gonna be fired next week? Is McCarthy gonna be fired this week? Then all of a sudden they catch fire. Is Dak Prescott? He deserve his contract? Yeah, he deserves his contract. And then in the playoffs they lose. We shouldn't be surprised by this. This is gonna be a competitive game. I think the Lions win.
The Cowboys have to throw the ball because they have no running game.
They have no running game.
So Jalen Tolbert,
biggest problem.
Jalen Tolbert is definitely
I wonder when they're going to
flyer.
get Cook out of the practice squad.
Well,
not James Cook. The
Brandon
Cook, he's hurt.
He's hurt.
Mm-hmm. He's hurt.
He's on the IR. That's why
Jalen Tolbert.
No, I'm not talking about the running back.
No, I'm talking about the receiver for the Cowboys.
Yeah. I'm talking about the running back. Remember? Dalvin
Cook.
Yeah. No,
I'm wondering when they're going to pull him up from the practice squad.
It doesn't matter.
Did you see the breakout game Dowdle had last week?
Yeah, he did good.
Yeah, Dowdle had a good game last week. And against the Steelers, they have a decent defense. I'm
telling you.
You think Dalvin Cook's the answer?
I think he comes back and gives them something to work with.
You got to remember when
Zeke Elliott's checked out. He hasn't done nothing.
Zeke Elliott is a better running back than Dalvin Cook at this point.
I do too. Dalvin Cook just so many miles on him.
He's done.
He was used so much in college.
Just think they took Madison over him.
Yeah.
So Bills Jets. Cowboys.
You got to play CD.
And you got to play Tolbert.
I play Tolbert.
Hit 10 targets.
If you're hurting on receiver right now, Tolbert is a.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm playing him.
And not even a flex. I will put him in.
Wide receiver 2 for me.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, if I got CD and Jalen,
play both.
Over a lot of people.
You got to play St. Brown.
Yeah, you got to play. You got to play the Sun God. Jameson, yeah, I do. I think he'll be good in this game.
Yeah.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs gets those.
No, I think all the targets go around. I think this is a high scoring game. I think everybody's involved. It just surprised me when Cooks went out. We had the discussion who the number 2 was in Dallas, and Cooks went out, and Tolbert got 10. He had more targets than CD last game.
Wow.
And he's young too. It's not like
it looks like he's going to break in half every time someone tackles him. But hey, he's doing good.
He's doing great.
Bills Jets.
If Khalil Shakir comes back, it's definitely him.
He's questionable.
If he comes back.
If he doesn't come back, there's nobody I like.
There's nobody.
There's our Kincaid
deal.
I play Garrett Wilson. I don't even think twice about it.
After the firing of Saleh and offensive coordinator, what was his name?
Nathaniel Hackett?
Yeah, Hackett. Who should have been fired. He should have never been hired.
Should have never been hired, but that was Aaron Rodgers' boy.
Because Aaron Rodgers probably wouldn't come without him.
Yep.
That whole thing is a motion thing that Aaron Rodgers hates. So Aaron Rodgers is going to have to show something, and I think this is the game. He's going to have to either put up or shut up.
Yeah.
And
Lazard.
Yes.
No,
I don't touch him.
That's his guy, man. That's the guy he looks at.
But he's not as.
It's not working.
He's not as talented as.
I agree.
And it's not
who's
working.
he throwing the ball?
He is throwing the ball.
He didn't last game. Garrett Wilson had a game last game.
I like Garrett Wilson more. I thought Garrett Wilson was going to be one of the top 3 receivers.
I think you're going to see it. I think you're finally going to see it.
You think it's a mid-season turnover?
I do. If Nathaniel Hackett's out the way, they can't do anything but go up.
Yeah.
Your 23rd ranked offense. Nathaniel Hackett, get out of the way. Talent's going to take over.
Aaron Rodgers has to show up.
Yeah. If Khalil Shakir doesn't play, I play Khalil Shakir if he plays. I don't think he's playing. He's real questionable. If he doesn't play, I don't take a flyer on Keegan Cole. I know Coleman had the beautiful touchdown last week.
Yeah, but
I like the kid. He's not as polished. I liked him coming out of Florida State. I didn't think he was polished in the game showing the same way.
Yeah, and he's rough on them routes.
Buffalo is struggling right now, and I thought whenever they hired Joe Brady that this was not going to happen.
Man, I was hoping Curtis Samuel would do something.
Yeah, you're kind of,
And it ain't happening either.
No, you're kind of seeing that start running the ball with Josh Allen again. Come on, Josh. Let's start running the ball again.
It's weird.
You're going to have to.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because when Josh Allen runs the ball, they win. When he doesn't, they struggle so bad.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and they keep getting away from it. Let's not run him so much.
And he's actually got the size to be that quarterback where
can run.
You can take the punishment.
Yeah, give me Josh Allen running the ball before I give Jaden Daniels. Like, I love how Jaden Daniels doesn't take a hit and everything, but it just takes one and he's folded over.
He doesn't slide.
Yeah, Josh Allen is.
So Jets, of course, Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
You like Lazard as a fly?
I mean, you got to, man, because, I mean, he's getting touchdowns every other week. Rodgers is looking at him. But I'm not saying it's a great thing.
I don't play him.
Bills-wise, if Shakir ain't playing, I don't touch any of them.
That's all you got.
It's this week is where, like, all of our stuff is coming together. Like, we're getting our 2 receivers back from Philly, right?
Yeah.
Detroit's off their bye.
Yep.
The Rams are on their bye. Mm-hmm. So those 2 injuries don't affect us. We're starting to get our value back at wide receiver.
I need it.
And
I got A.J. Brown in 3 leagues.
Yeah. So we're starting to get our value back.
Gone.
So we don't need to throw darts anymore at the Alan Lazards of the world and all that. It's only been 2 buys. Amon-Ra St. Brown's come back from that bye last week. We're in a thankful wide receiver fantasy nation right now.
Mm-hmm. And of course there's number 2s that are showing out better than bad team number 1s.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Wandale Robinson.
Wandale Robinson has been a trooper. He's been
he's what the Giants have been needing.
It's been Daniel Jones. Thank you for not just being terrible.
So
I went and picked him up.
Thanks for being average.
If you need a wide receiver, look on your waiver wire. If Wandale Robinson is there, he shouldn't be, but if he is, go grab him real quick.
Top tiers. So I think we've covered just about every game, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, we've covered every game. That's the last one.
Yeah.
All right. So wide receiver rankings. I'm gonna give you some rankings. I'm gonna give you 5. CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Malik Neighbors. Mm-hmm. Out of those, who has more fantasy points this week?
Marvin Harrison.
Does Neighbors play?
Yeah, Neighbors.
He's not going to get more fantasy points.
You think Harrison leads them all?
Yeah. I think because he's going to be in a shootout competition. I think those 2 teams right there, Green Bay and Arizona, he's going to. There's no way.
If Neighbors plays, Neighbors has more than any of them.
No.
Against the Bengals defense?
No.
I don't know. I like Jamar Chase to lead.
I don't think he leads.
Against the Giants defense?
Yeah, I like.
I think T. Higgins takes the most points this weekend.
Okay, there we go. All right.
In that game.
All right. In competitively tier 2, we're talking about wide receiver 1s, maybe wide receiver 2s. We got the DK Metcalf. We got Godwin, Ayuk, Garrett Wilson, Diggs, Scary Terry, and Marvin Harrison Jr.
I like all of them.
It's between Scary Terry and Godwin.
Who has the most?
It's between Scary Terry and Godwin.
How do you?
Let me see again. I like DK in this game. I love Godwin in his game.
Okay, so I think Godwin eats. I think Godwin may be a top.
You're asking who's getting the most points
out of all of them.
I think it's between Godwin, and I think Godwin before McLaurin.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. This is a little consensus of what we're seeing on a means basis through 3 sites: ESPN, Yahoo, and Sleeper. We got their projections and who we like more or less than other people.
I mean, you gotta look at it, right? So, like you said,
yeah,
you're gonna get that mid-range throw. with Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
Right, based on the Saints defense.
Saints defense is going to be completely spent by the.
And
by
even though the
quarter.
Ravens has a good defense, Jaden Daniels' percentages of completions are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like he is beating every quarterback. He is the rookie who's beating every quarterback in completion ratings.
Yeah, I just think he's going to run the ball.
I'm not saying he's not, but he's going to get to McLaurin.
All right.
He's going to put it in that breadbasket.
Consensus rating.
Okay.
All right. Tier 3 going to be once again
Okay.
wide receiver 2s and or flexes. T. Higgins, who you said you love. You love him more
I
than
like
Jamar.
him. In that game, I like T. Higgins.
Okay. Mike Evans.
No.
Debo.
No, he's a hit or miss. He's so boom or bust.
This is who gets.
I think Kittle takes that lead in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great take.
Go ahead.
Zay Flowers.
No.
Mooney.
Yes. Mooney's is Kurt.
No, I'm
Kurt's
looking
dude,
for Flowers.
Man.
I'm looking for Flowers.
And then to follow that off, that tier 3, you have Tank Dell. Does you have faith in him yet?
No.
I do because Nico's out, but not to be the most points.
Deontay Johnson.
No.
Okay. And then the surprise of this fantasy league, if you ask me, Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I play Wan'Dale Robinson.
Do you think he gets more? Where do you think he fits? So you
I think he's third overall out of that group.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
T. Higgins is number 1.
Yeah, I think T. Higgins.
I think T. Higgins eats the most.
Yeah, I think T. Higgins, and then I think Zay Flowers and Mooney.
I think it's T. Higgins, Mooney, and then you get Wan'Dale Robinson.
Wan'Dale Robinson. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
I love Wan'Dale Robinson.
And that's just the consensus top 20 picks of wide receivers going through Sleeper, ESPN, and Yahoo that's combined together.
The reason I say T. Higgins, right, is because they're gonna double coverage chase. He's gonna get the ball. That dude is amazing.
Yeah.
But that leaves T. Higgins out there running around.
Yeah.
You know, and who's got the second best completion rating in the NFL? Joe Burrow.
Yeah. He's been it all.
Both LSU alumni.
But one guy you didn't even mention who I love in his matchup is DJ Moore against the Jaguars.
Yeah, he was in tier 1.
He wasn't?
Yeah, tier 1. He's tier 1. DJ Moore is actually the 4th ranked wide receiver this week according to consensus in those, and I buy it. I buy it all day.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Yeah, especially the way Caleb Williams is turning on.
Yeah.
Who has a better fantasy week? Just asking questions. Jalen Hurts or Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Fantasy week.
Yep. Fantasy week quarterbacks.
I think it's Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Jane Daniels.
I think it's Joe Burrow because Brown's defense is still playing.
Okay.
They're still checked in.
Yep. Against the Giants. Joe Burrow against Giants. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Game for game. Kyler Murray or Jordan Love?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love without a doubt.
Okay.
I think they sit Jordan Love somewhere in the middle of the game.
Because in many ranks, Jordan Love is barely in the top 10, and Kyler Murray's in top 4 this week.
I'm telling you.
Consensus rankings.
I think
Running yards maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Jordan Love's going to be sitting on the bench the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter.
All right.
Just waiting.
Here we go. Jared Goff or Josh Allen?
Ooh.
Okay, let me see here.
Jared Goff's going against Dallas, a very banged up Dallas.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's been struggling. Khalil Shakur's out, and he's going against a
I think
great
Josh Allen because of his legs
Jets defense.
and Dalton Kincaid.
I go 100% Jared Goff.
We've been here before.
Yeah, but that's because Cowboys are beat up. Jared Goff has more weapons on offense than Dallas Cowboys have on defense. And the Bills are playing against the Jets defense.
We take this hot take because we were looking at quarterback rankings, and then we compared them to NBC Sports, where their consensus was, and I think we all agreed that Kyler Murray too high. So we have Lamar Jackson, Dane Daniels. We agree with that. I think the world agrees with that. Jalen Hurts, I think, is not going to be the third best quarterback this week. I think it's going to be Burrow.
Yep.
Then you have Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray's too high.
Way too high.
He's way too high.
Even though that Green Bay
He should be in
defense is
double
sus.
digits.
He's gonna get points.
Yeah.
I think he stays in the top 8.
Okay.
I give him 10. Yeah.
Then you got Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love,
Jordan Love. He should be like 3 or 4.
Kurt. Yeah,
4.
like that.
I think he's in 4.
I think
I think Jordan Love's 4 this week.
Or I think you put Kirk Cousins even higher.
I think Kirk Cousins is 5.
Yeah, I think Kyler Murray's more to the 8th, and I think you keep Dak in there, and I think you drop Josh Allen down, and you may want to put Jared Goff. Jared Goff is going to be a top 10 quarterback this week, and he's right outside the consensus 10 against that Dallas defense.
So you guys think that Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Jared Goff?
I think he has a better game.
I think he is this week.
Better game.
I think this
isn't who's the best quarterback right now.
Yeah, right now is I think this week.
So you got Lamar Jackson playing Washington.
Yeah,
their defense says, "Hey, come on through." Mm-hmm. And then we go back. Who we got? Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels, just because of his ability, is smoking it.
He's got to be the best. He's got to be the best quarterback playing right now in the NFL.
Yeah. Joe Burrow has a great matchup, and like his completion rating is amazing.
And he'll always be on the field because their defense is terrible.
Yeah,
that's it. And then you got to give Jordan Love in a shootout with a team with a weak defense.
Jordan Love should never come out of your lineup unless it's a bye week.
None of these guys should ever come out of your lineup. These are 10 guys. I'm just giving you consensus on top 10 compared to what we see.
Kirk Cousins is playing the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And Darnell Mooney is his dude.
Yep. And then a couple more questions for y'all, Kansas. This is all bonus material, by the way. We've already covered our wide receivers. Just covering a few things that we need to highlight. We highlighted a couple pass catchers going on. Top 10 Fabiano picks. Mike Fabiano from Pro Football Talk. His top 10, Tay McBride versus the Packers. Sam Laporta, Trey McBride, are they number 1 and number 2 this week?
Man, Sam Laporta needs to come out of whatever shell he's in. I think Trey McBride, you're right.
Trey McBride is the better of the two.
I think George Kittle's my number 1 tight end this week.
He's close. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a good matchup too. Man, that's tough though.
I think he's got Kittle way down at 5.
Nah, Kittle's at least 1 or 2.
I think Kittle's 1. The way Kittle's been going up over Debo and people.
Man.
Look, we picked Dalton Kincaid and his 7 and 8 over Amanda. It's Tucker Kraft first. And if that Khalil Shakir injury is true, I think Kincaid eats.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft is good.
Yeah. Trey McBride's my number 1 on there on this week.
On yours? Really? You went Babs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think George Kittle's 1 or 2.
I think Kittle's number 1.
Trey McBride's in a good spot. He's 1 or 2.
And I think Brock Bowers is 2.
Yes. Brock Bowers is going to
3.
There's nobody else to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
The dude's automatic. So.
And obviously you're going to play Jake Ferguson. You got him. You're going to play Goddard. You're going to
play Dalton Kincaid.
You're going to play Kincaid.
You got no choice. Kyle Pitts gets it because they're playing a Panthers.
You're going to play Pitts. I'm sorry.
Do you play Schultz knowing that Collins is out?
I don't think. Is he going to be a third? I don't know. I honestly
I think this gives Diggs just a big game.
Yeah.
But in Mixon shows up, man, it's the Mixon show.
Yeah, I agree.
This was just we have to give a little bonus material because we don't have a lot of time to deep dive into this. So we look at consensus and how we feel about it and we talk about it, but we don't get to spend a lot of time on this. And if there's been one place this year where everybody seemed to have struggled, it's been tight end.
So,
and
that's because you don't you used to last couple of years. You got Kelsey.
Yep.
Yes. And you got Andrews and Laporta. All year, well, even though if you had him, don't matter if you got him on a waiver wire, he just was there.
Yeah. The value.
Now they're all over the place. This week, this guy. This week, that guy. This week,
you can't trust them. The value's not there. I want to have a strong team, strong enough to where I can just leave the tight end spot empty and still win.
It's almost like that's what you got to do.
I'll add just one hot take before we go out, I think. With Washington, like I've said it, you want to hitch your wagon to great offenses. I think Ertz is going to be better than Pitts this week.
Okay, that's believable.
That's a close one.
And I think he beats Freiermuth as well.
So I believe the Freiermuth for sure.
I like Freiermuth. I got a question for you guys. It has nothing to do with tight ends. Since we're not doing a quarterback show, give me your top quarterback for this week. Who is going to be the top quarterback points-wise for this week?
Lamar freaking Jackson.
We knew that was coming. You knew that.
Mm-hmm. You're probably going to say
so glad you asked.
He's going to say Joe Burrow, so it's not any better.
No. Man, I think Jordan Love gets the most points this week.
So I'm going to blow everybody's mind. I think it's Caleb Williams.
No.
He's been balling. He's getting better and better and better.
I think he does good. I think he gets between 25 and 30 points. I think either him or I think Jordan Love or Kirk Cousins breaks 40 this week.
Look, I've told you, I'm not a fan. I don't believe in rookie quarterbacks, but this dude he's learning, he's turning it on, and he's playing against a funnel of a team. So I think it's a possibility, man.
Yeah, my number one, number two, they're playing against each other. My number one is Lamar Jackson. My number two is
we're talking about fantasy
points. Yeah. My number one, Lamar Jackson this week for fantasy points. Jane Daniels is number two. I'm gonna stick with that. I'll go to the grave thinking that right now until Sunday comes.
Jordan Love or Kirk Cousins breaks 40 points this week.
Yep.
Easy.
I thank y'all for our time.
It's a matchup. It's a matchup reason.
Thank you for the time. Hey, we love this hobby. Thank y'all for all y'all support, whether you agree or disagree. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the commentary. All our friends and family in Florida, our prayers go out to y'all.
North Carolina.
North Carolina as well. And please continue to support our channel and all the things we do. We love doing this on Sundays. We love watching. We love playing. And we can't say it enough. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just having a good time.
Yeah, this is having a good time for us. Yep. And if y'all want to come join us on an episode, anybody, local, if you want to come live chat, if you want us to go live, we can set up an appointment. Let us know, please. Yeah.
Check us out, smashmouthfootballerz@gmail.com.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you all.
We're taking clips, whatever. We're going to add it to our podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, this concludes our episode. Until next time, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Calder.
And I'm the Cadillac.
And we're out.
Ay, give me the chip. I need the championship.
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Dream next to the team. Yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am. Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring said to be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit into my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem. Pull up and you know the team is strong. This your anthem. All my underdogs. Everybody get your hands up. Sometimes it's hard, but we made it through. We were struggling for a minute, so that winning overdue. Yeah, they know it's true.